Hey guys, I posted this video here some weeks ago where I share with you how you can planify your self-care week by honoring your holistic needs. And in this video here today, I'm gonna show you how this looks like in my life in a real life example. Let's go and start with the first thing to do when it comes to my self-care week. It's about planning. When it comes to my self-care planning, I really like to make it a little ritual. Light up a candle, make myself a cup of tea, and enjoy doing this before the new week starts, so Sunday evening is perfect. To check in with my holistic needs, I do use the template of the 4 directions. This is something that you've already seen if you watched the other video. If you haven't heard about the 4 directions yet, I recommend you to go and check out this other video or to subscribe for one of my freebies, either my free ebook or also my free email course. Both of them have the aim to help you create more fulfillment by meeting your holistic and uniquely designed needs. You find the links down in the description. You can freely join them and access the template right away. So I do need that template of the 4 directions. For me it's a bit different because I know it like by heart, how it looks like and what it entails. And I also take my application that shows me where am I at in my cycle, in my menstrual cycle, because this is also gonna influence my planning for the upcoming week. And then I sit down in a comfortable meditation seat and I just check in. I take a moment to really reflect on how I feel. So I check in with my physical body. I'm asking myself, what does my physical body needs? What is my body asking from me? And normally this happens like there's a little brainstorm, a lot of things that I could do, and then at the end I just focus on one thing where my body resonates the most with. And once I have that, I go further to the next direction, to my emotions. I feel how I feel emotionally and how I can support this aspect of my holistic health this week. So I check in there and I decide what I want to do. And the next part is the mental part. So what can I do on a mental level this week in order to support my holistic well-being? And then also the last one, the energetical part. How do I feel on an energetic level? How is my spirituality right now? Do I feel connected or not? And what can I do in order to raise my frequency? So, and I have found my 4 to-dos. What I'm gonna do this week is that I go on a rice field walk because I feel that my body needs more activation after that I've been ill for a week and just laying in bed. So a gentle activation will be a very nice thing. For my emotional part, I am doing the pillow work. This is an exercise I do since a little while, and you'll see what it entails. For my mental part, I do clean up my closet, making space for when my boyfriend is coming back, and also sort some things out that I don't need anymore. And last but not least, for my energetical part, I feel that I would like to raise my frequency, and I have a few people that I really love listening to because every time I listen to their voice and to their words, I feel uplifted and inspired. So this is it. This is my planification. What I do now is that I'm gonna enter them into my calendar and really block myself time out that I can do these things. Let's start realizing them now. Okay, let's go to fulfill my next holistic self-care need, which is walking in the rice fields. Let's go and have a look. It's okay. Life is great. Oh, this feels so good. I have to admit that I had some not so pleasant last days. I was struggling a lot with meaning in life. So I just walk here to close by nature, and I feel that already now these few minutes in nature help me so much to deal with that feeling, with these feelings. I just passed by a mini tree of jackfruits. How lucky am I? Because I know how a jackfruit looks like. And here is a beautiful banana tree, and I see future bananas. Ta-da! I mean, how cool is that? And it's always nature who's gonna remind me of how grateful I can be already now. It's always nature. As you know, my self-care to do for my mental aspect this week is to clean out my closet. After 3 months of traveling solo, my boyfriend will finally come back in a few days. So I wanted to use that opportunity to go through all my stuff and sort out some things that I don't need anymore. Ooh. The reason why I'm doing this is calling me. I really enjoy to have a clean and tidy surrounding. It helps me to feel mentally clear and emotionally free. Living a minimalistic life definitely helped me to be in a more tidy environment, as I just have less things. Through the past years of traveling, I learned what it really means to let go of things, places and people, and I really enjoy living that minimalistic life. These here are the things I sorted out. It's not much, but when you have to carry all the things that you possess, even letting go of 4 or 5 items is super helpful. Today I take care about my emotional self-care task, the pillow work exercise. I'm currently reading a book about somatic healing, so using the physical body to heal past traumata. It has to be colder in this room because I know this will create a lot of heat. It is really surprising to learn about the negative influences of controlled and suppressed impulses and emotions. It affects our whole system in a negative way. The impulse control causes a bunch of today's social diseases like tinnitus, lumbago, chronically tense neck or back pain, to only mention a few. Through this pillow work exercise, I free myself from impulsive cries that I have unconsciously held back for years because, these thoughts of I'm not allowed to be loud, or impulsive. The price of being a well-behaved person, a well-behaved girl, is that we keep creating tension within ourselves without consciously realizing it. Over the years, however, this becomes apparent on our physical body. Through this exercise, I give my emotional body the chance to let go of that tension and to free these impulses and to heal. My last self-care to do, I chose to raise my frequency. You know, sometimes I'm just so caught up in my little life, thinking about my business, about money, about food, about travel questions, answering to messages, worrying and doubting about my future, and dealing with my emotions. That is why I really enjoy activating my third eye, to zoom out of these small problems and questions and to connect to something bigger. Bigger than I am, bigger than my life is. Listening to the words of my favorite spiritual master helps me to remind that I am a little part of this beautiful orchestra called life. It helps me to not take my life too serious, to see it as a short game. Sun will continue rising after my death, and it also did rise before my birth. I am the glimpse of a moment, but still, my life is meaningful. I can do so many great things because I am alive. So connecting to that something bigger, to that bigger picture, motivates me to make the most out of these few years I have on this planet. These were my 4 self-care to do I did this week. How did you like it? I created myself a life where my holistic well-being is my #1 priority. Means that everything I do is like for purpose to feel good. So to be very transparent with you, I do a lot more things during a week in order to support my holistic well-being. I don't want you to compare with me and to think, oh, Shanne said now that she had more than 4 to-dos she do in a week. Oh god, I have to do more as well. No, all our lifestyles are different. I have a life where I don't have that much responsibilities, and all the things I do is, as I said, for my #1 priority, which is my well-being, but also then the next priorities in my list, which is about like healthy relationship and all of that. But you are different. It can be that you have a whole lot to do during your week and you have a full schedule, and to add there more to-dos and more tasks, even though it's for your self-care, can just increase your level of stress even more. So if you are somebody who has a full schedule, I invite you to look at your schedule and not to ask yourself, okay, what can I add? What can I actually take away in order to take more care of myself? What can I take away in order to create space? And I know this is not easy because there is a reason why we do these things, like maybe it's habits, there are responsibilities because we think we have to be in control of these things. So I know this is a difficult task. It's not easy to let go things in order to create space, and it's not easy as well to hold that space. Take that as your self-care to do for next week, to sit down and ask yourself, what can I let go what does not serve me anymore. And once you created that space, you can still then think about if you want to fill that space with something else, with something different that feels good to you, that is good for your holistic health. But just stay first a little bit with that new created space. It's pretty interesting what can come up through that space. But for sure, if you are also aiming for a life where your holistic well-being is your number one priority and you don't live in that full schedule anymore, doing what feels the most aligned right now, what feels best right now, then I invite you to question your lifestyle. What's the reason why do you live the lifestyle you live right now? And also, is what this lifestyle, this current lifestyle gives you big enough to compensate what you sacrifice for it? That was it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video and this insight into how I embody actually my self-care to-do list. I hope to see you soon in one of my other videos. Let's rewild, honey.